It's Wednesday. It's 9:00. We are in Facebook, in Facebook. Where are we? We're on Facebook, and we have, well, I'm going to say world famous, maybe maritime famous, maybe Canadian famous. We have the one and only Andy Fillmore with us tonight and his lovely daughter, Daisy. Hey, guys. Welcome to Chit Chat Chop, quarantine style.
So nice to be back with you. This is great. Well, back with you kind of, through the
screen.
Yeah. So I have a fantastic sous chef tonight. Well, I might be her sous chef, as you said, Patty. But together
whichever works.
Daisy may come and go throughout the process, but she's always here in spirit.
Awesome. Well, it's so great to have you back. I think, I think we were saying earlier, it's third time's a charm. You came on for the Fillmore Crunch. You were here for our Dartmouth opening with Gloria. And you're here again for the third time. And it's so great to have you back. And we're going to do something truly Nova Scotian tonight. We're going to do scallops.
Woo!
Woo woo! Yeah, which is great. Because, there's, we are known worldwide around the globe for our scallops. They're amazing. A lot out of Digby, other areas. But we're definitely going to show you a quick and simple, but really awesome way and give you a couple tips and tricks on how to cook scallops.
Fantastic. And Patty, we were just talking before we came on air that, what the Prime Minister said about 2 weeks ago about the importance of buying local Nova Scotian seafood, supporting our fishers. So that's what we're doing. That's where the scallops come from. We got our big cast iron skillet.
We do. Look, we're all prepared.
Oh, yeah.
I would say... you can cook scallops or scallops. I worked in Alaska many years ago, and I said scallops, and they say scallops, and I got mocked the entire time I was there. So scallops. We're going to make scallops tonight. But cast iron is definitely the way to go. But if you don't have cast iron, you can use any kind of saute or fry pan or something. But usually you want something that's pretty thick. If you use a thinner pan, you're going to have uneven heat. You're going to burn your scallops. They're going to kind of turn a little rubbery. So try to find something that's thick bottomed, and you'll be ready to go. And that's an authentic pan. That looks pretty solid, I would say.
From Attica Home Furnishing on Rosie Street.
Yes.
My dear friend Suzanne Saul.
Suzanne, yes, she's awesome. Okay, so we sent you a little package today with a few goodies in it.
Oh,
do you know where they are? They're in the fridge.
Yes. Sous chef, Mr. Q. That's all right.
Oh, that's all right. So we sent a little parcel over because this is really 5 ingredients. I think Adam posted the ingredients for this episode. So we have some beautiful scallops. It's really simple. Garlic, lemon, salt, cream, pepper, and a little bit of a local wine. Tonight we're going to use, this is one of my faves. We have it in our online shop, our friends at Lightfoot and Wolfville. And it is a beautiful rosé. You could also use their bubbly rosé. You could use, look, matching.
I have one. A little birdie dropped it by earlier today.
Just a little birdie. A birdie named Spencer, but he dropped it by.
Yeah. Thank you, Patty.
Oh, you're welcome. So any of our local whites or rosés pair really, really well with scallops. There's a little bit of sweetness to them. Our climate is great for that. So any of the local wineries, Benjamin Bridge, any of the Luckett, anything in a white that has a little bit of sweetness to it, a little bit of acid, that's going to be great for this dish. Or if you don't have that on hand, you can use any really white wine. I wouldn't go red, but I would definitely use a white. All right.
White, okay.
Okay. Yeah, definitely a white or a rosé.
So the kit that Spencer brought was garlic, fresh garlic. Parsley, right?
Parsley, yeah.
Scallops, a lemon, and the beautiful Lightfoot and Wolfville
wine. And that's it. And I'm going to assume, because we didn't send it to you, but I'm going to assume you have a lovely kitchen there, that you have an oil of some kind, like a canola.
Yeah. So I don't have canola. So here's what I have.
What do you have?
There's vegetable,
olive, perfect,
and avocado, which I'm told has a high temperature, right?
So look at you. We're kind of twinsies again. I have avocado oil, which that would work really, really well, as would grapeseed oil if you had it, because they're high temp oils. And when you cook scallops, you want them to be super high temp at a super high heat.
I've made the mistake with olive oil and scallops and the smoke and all the drama that goes with that.
Yeah. And then you kind of burn the olive oil and it kind of gets that little char, kind of like super astringent taste. So avocado oil works.
There was one other thing, Patty. Let's not forget, because it looks really tasty. It's this.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what that is?
I didn't want to spoil the surprise, but we think it might be some kind of cream sauce.
No, it's not even a cream sauce. It's just good old-fashioned whipping cream.
Oh.
35%. Just shake her up. Super thick, almost custard-like. That's what's going to finish our sauce, because we're not using any kind of roux or any kind of thickener in it. It's just the cream.
Wow.
Yeah. Shake, 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 shake. Yeah,
so it would be
good.
like a kind of a seared scallops with lemon cream? Is that kind of
That's it. Garlic lemon cream. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to open up your scallops, however you like to call them.
Daisy has already opened.
They're beautiful. So you're going to notice on the scallops, these are about a U12, which U12 is just a sorting method for scallops. So the big ones are what they call U8, which means there's less than 8 per pound. So these are about U12s, U10, U12s. That means there's 10 to 12 scallops per pound, which again, I understand that we're in Canada and we use grams but this is the way they grade scallops. So that's what we're going to do.
You know how I'm looking at the size and I'm thinking, I do a lot of woodwork, and in woodwork we use something called spade bits.
Yes.
Spade bits come in, 1 inch, inch and a quarter, inch and a half. These are ranging between an inch and a half spade bit. So
you're right on.
Good size. Very happy.
Yeah, no, that's really great. So anyway, so that's the sizing, which I like. I like a big scallop. Like if you're gonna do it, the little ones are fine, but I like to put those in chowder. So if you want to open your pack and then pull them out, you're gonna see there's a little side to them. I'm gonna try to get it up right up to the camera. Let me pick a good one here. Okay, so here's our scallop, and you'll see there's this little muscle that you can pull off. Yeah, there you go. And some people leave those on, and really there's no harm in it. They're just a little bit chewier. And I usually keep those. I just have usually I keep a little container in the freezer when I'm doing it, and then I use them for chowder. They're perfectly great for chowder.
I just ate it.
Or you could eat it. You could do any of that, Auntie. Oh my God.
It was really good. It's so fresh.
Is it good? Nice and fresh?
Yeah. Nothing wrong with scallops, right?
Yes, that's right. All right, so pull all those off. And then what you also want to do is, when I sent you those scallops, I put a little paper towel on the bottom. But if there's still a little bit of wetness, you want to damp those off. So when you sear scallops, you want them to be super dry, all of the moisture out of them. And that's one of the things that goes back to when you buy scallops. I mean, we're kind of stuck in especially depending on what's available, frozen. But if you can get your hands on fresh scallops, it makes the world of difference, because frozen, sometimes they add things to them, like a water salt solution that pumps them up a little bit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you're buying extra brine or extra weight, and you don't want that because that's going to water down your flavor. But if you can get your hands on fresh scallops, they can't do that, or they don't do that. And so you get these pure, kind of like fresh from the ocean flavor. So just something to consider when you're buying.
Good tip. Thank you for that.
Okay, we're going to say hello to a couple people. Oh! Okay, Adam's in the background giving me all these names, and he's super fast. So, hi, Trish. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, James. Hi, Ivan. There's probably others. Tina. Hi, all you folks. Thanks for joining.
Can I just say a special thanks to Chef Ivan for that very generous and kind video that he recorded yesterday and put on social media. My friend, it was really nice to see you, and I can't wait to be back in your beautiful restaurant. Thank you for those kind words.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Ivan opened a couple weeks ago, and he's been doing really well. We're really excited to have him back open. We ordered I think his first weekend, and it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious.
Fantastic.
All right, so we've got our scallops. We're pulling off the little muscle, and then we're going to get them nice and dry. And then we have garlic. So I can't remember when we did the last recipes if we did the garlic trick. And I know all you regular Chit Chat choppers have seen this, but do you know how to chop garlic well?
I can mince it or slice it thinly.
Oh, you can. Does it stick to your knife?
Device. My knife is adequate. It's not that great. Is that what you asked me?
Well, I said, does it stick to your knife?
Oh, I thought you said you have a sharp knife.
No, it's okay.
It's only 9 o'clock. Does it stick to my knife? I don't know. I don't think I remember.
Okay, that's a good answer. Very, very truthful, very valid. Okay, so if you use a knife to chop and mince, usually you find garlic will stick to it. And if you use a press, garlic kind of gets stuck in it and you kind of have to scrape it out and you lose like a quarter of it, right? Yeah.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you a little trick. Okay. So I'm gonna lower the camera so people can see the board, my lovely board. Okay. All right. So get your garlic ready. You ready? Okay. We're gonna go here to the board, stove and board. All right. So we're gonna do a little, just a bit of a rough chop on the garlic. So nothing too extreme. You just want to expose some of the flesh there. So when you see it, it's really, it's pretty rough, right?
Okay.
Nothing crazy. And then you're going to take a nice salt, like not a table salt, but like a kosher salt. Do you have a kosher salt in your kitchen?
It's sea salt, like coarse, but it's in a grinder.
Yeah, no, that's great. You can put that on there. So I have this beautiful salt unk because we use a lot of salt. See? A lot of salt. That's in Scotland. It's lovely. We got it as a wedding present. So all you're going to do is take a little bit of salt and you're going to just put it on top of the garlic. So you've got this mound of garlic and you've got the salt. And then you're going to take the side of your blade, nice and flat, and you're going to push down. And what that does is it sort of purees the garlic and the salt acts as an abrasive and it basically mixes up your garlic so you don't have sticky garlic to your knife and it's easier than using a garlic press.
So Patty,
yeah,
rather than grind it out of the grinder, should I just take it right out of the cylinder?
Yeah, that would work if you can open it up really easily. And then you have this beautiful pureed garlic. Okay.
Downstairs.
You were saying earlier that you got a little bit of a sunburn today.
Oh my gosh, I knocked off MP work at around 6:30 and went outside to do some outside work, and I got a sunburn between 6:30 and 8. And
it's such a beautiful day today.
Yeah, it really was.
All right.
This changing of the season is so happy making, isn't it?
It is, although I have to say it's pretty, like we anticipated. We knew it was happening, but the last couple of weeks have been kind of cold. Like we had some frost nights. So I was really kind of like, oh, it's really hot today. I didn't adjust as well as I probably
Patty, do you grow your own herbs and tomatoes and that kind of thing?
No, I wish I did. So in my old house, we had a big garden out front, but then we moved a couple of years ago into a little bit more of a urban kind of lot, and there was really no space for it. So my kids had a few small boxes last year, which we'll plant again with some herbs, tomatoes, maybe some lettuces, but yeah. But I'm secretly binge watching all of these homesteading shows on YouTube. These people that have like high tunnels and they live off grid, I find it fascinating. And my husband says, don't get any ideas.
Commute's long enough already.
Exactly. All right, so we've got garlic chopped, and it looks like you've done a great job. So I can't really see. There's a little glow there, but yeah, no, it looks like you've done a great job. So what we're gonna do?
It's still pretty coarse. It's still pretty coarse, to be frank.
Okay, well, if you want to do it, so just again, you take the blade and push down. Let me see if I can zoom right in here. You're literally just pushing the blade down.
Kind of smush.
Yeah, you're just smushing it. And then it kind of just makes a really nice puree.
Okay, I didn't go long enough to make a puree, but now it's happening.
Okay, well, look, there you go. Oh, and Chef Alain has just joined. Hello, Chef Alain. Do you know Chef Alain, the Kilted Chef, Andy?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. He's doing this amazing Facebook show every day. More by his
stage name than by his given name. Nice to see you, Kilted Chef.
All right, so we've got the garlic pureed and chopped. We've got our scallops nice and dry with the muscle pulled off. We're going to turn our pan on. And scallops, the key to scallops It's the highest heat possible, really. So I'm putting my pan on high with no oil in it right now.
So the hottest I can get my electric range going?
Get it going there. Oh, he's got the light and everything. We're going to showcase this right up. All right. So the first step in this is to sear the scallops. We're going to sear them on each side for about 1.5 minutes. We're going to pull them off the heat, and then we're going to make a pan sauce and then add them back in just to finish. Okay? Super simple. All right, so once we get our pan up, so this would be a perfect time to pour yourself a little glass of rosé, because we got to crack that bottle up because we got to use it to deglaze the pan.
It's just sitting out here on the counter getting warm.
Oh, well, you don't want warm rosé, Andy.
We can't have that.
You can't have that. All right, I'm going to have a little taste here, because rosé is like the perfect summer wine. All right. Oh, perfect. Oh, you've even got a nice fancy glass.
It's a wine glass.
Yeah, I don't have fancy glasses. I have like little, although they're quite nice, but yours is a little fancier than mine. Yeah.
Those are very, very trendy, very au courant.
Oh, yeah, because I'm so trendy, Andy.
Yeah. Trendsetter.
All right, so pan is on, garlic is chopped. Really, we're ready to go. So we're just going to wait for our pan to heat up. So, I mean, obviously, there's lots of things happening in the world. We've got every day, I feel like, there's just so much to absorb. How are you doing?
Look, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you, my days are spent talking to businesses and Haligonians who are just facing every kind of struggle that you can imagine. And it's kind of like absorbing. I was telling somebody it's kind of like the concept of the sin eater, which I think is a Catholic thing, but it's more like the pain eater. So my team and I are like eating everybody's pain and trying to find solutions for what they're going through. So that's kind of how we spend our days. It's both grueling, but also very gratifying when we're able to help people out, which is a nice ending. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. I think there's lots of things that are being done, and I think as the coming weeks evolve, we're going to see lots of businesses reopen, and I think people are going to start to get some footing and kind of, find their way. We were really fortunate.
What I think is really exciting for the restaurant and food industry is that everyone is rethinking the way we can use public space. So kind of taking the concept of the sidewalk patios and just blowing it right out and finding all kinds of ways to use public space. Bigger patios, more area for safe seating and all that kind of thing. And municipals, like our city government is into it. And the federal government, where I wish this was happening 2 weeks later, because I could tell you about a really awesome program that's going to help cities to pay for some of those transformations in places, but we're going to have to wait for that.
We'll wait for that. All right, so my pan's pretty hot. If I put my hand over it, I can definitely feel the heat. No, I'm going to
sprinkle water on it. Is that like a
Oh, you can do that. Yeah, that is a little bit of like an emerald thing, but you can do it. How is it? Is it hot?
I don't know. It didn't. It was very.
Did it sizzle?
Yeah, that's sizzling.
Okay, like good sizzle, right? Okay.
Not a good sizzle yet. So you're probably cooking with gas, right? And I'm with electric.
No, I have a little inexpensive range. I have really nice equipment at work, and my home oven is really like cheap and inexpensive.
Wow.
But I might have put it on a little early. Plus, I'm in the middle of a kitchen reno, which you can't see this side of my kitchen, but I have no countertops and no sink. So
strategic camera placement.
That's right, strategic.
Is that door missing a doorknob? I think it is.
No, it's a pocket door. It's a pocket door.
Okay.
It slides. Woo! All right, so pan's nice and hot. I'm going to use the avocado oil, but I'm just going to use like a smidge. If you put too much oil in, you're kind of frying your scallops, and you really want to sear them. So just a tiny bit.
So and is then like
just a
teaspoon,
smidge,
less than a teaspoon, or what's
less like a half teaspoon, max.
Teaspoon.
Yeah. And then I'm going to generously salt and pepper my scallops. So again, my coarse salt, I'm just going to sprinkle it and be generous. people are nervous about salt, and they shouldn't be. All right. So now I'm just going to place the scallops nice and dry with a good amount of salt and pepper on them, straight down, and you're going to hear that. I don't know if you can hear that, but we're just going to, and you don't want to place them too close together, because if you do place them too close together, you're going to what they do called crowding the pan, which is going to cause them to steam.
So my pan is smoking. Is that
That's perfect. Yeah. Make that happen, Andy. That is not a bad thing when it comes to scallops.
Okay, so now we're going to place them, but not too closely together.
Not too close. I would say like at least a half an inch to an inch apart. Oh yeah, mine's smoking too. We're doing the same thing. All right. Oh, you can start to smell them. That, you know, that sweet scallop smell?
So good.
So good. All right. So all my scallops are in the pan. And that was kind of the perfect amount of scallops. I'm going to put my pan down and show you. Woo! And I'm going to add just a smidge more oil because I didn't quite do enough. Woo! All right. So you want to leave them about a minute to a minute and a half. And as you can see, there's lots of smoke filling the air at the Howard Tupward house, and I'm sure at the Fillmore house.
Oh, it smells so good.
All right, and one thing you don't want to do either is touch them. We had an episode. Do you remember this episode, Adam? Like I think it was a year and a half ago. It was Renee and Doug. Renee from the canteen. And they did scallops, and Doug like went to move the scallop, and Renee like was like, "Yeah, touch the scallop." It was crazy.
What is it, like superstition, or does it actually do
it's
something?
just you're freaking with the caramelization of the scallop. People tend to like want to move meat around all the time. Like just let it sear, and it'll do its work perfectly. All right. My husband. Oh gosh. Okay, this is from my husband. Oh, you don't want to assault your senses. Good old Ted Tupper. All right, so, look, see, that's what we want. See that nice caramelization?
Oh my gosh. What did you use, a fork or a tong?
I'm using tongs. So we're just going to flip those right over. And immediately, once I get them flipped, I'm going to turn the heat off.
Oh, yeah. I'm showing off now, too.
Oh, yours look really good, Andy. Nice work. Oh, yeah, no, we're getting really nice golden, like dark caramelization, which is what we want. I don't know if you can see that. I think I can lift it up without.
I think I'm still like a minute behind you, okay? So, look at that.
See? Yeah, nice spacing, good caramel color. Okay, so literally another 30 seconds, and I'm going to pull these out of the pan, and then we're going to use the pan to make a really great pan sauce. All right, so I'm just going to grab a plate. All right. Because once we put them in with the pan sauce that we make, they're going to cook a little bit more. So you really don't want to overcook them.
I can't hear you. Give me just one more second.
Well, that's okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Did you give me a direction?
No, I just said once you flip them, I would turn the heat off and then wait 30 seconds and then pull them out and put them on a plate.
Oh, okay.
Because if you don't do that, you're going to overcook them and they're going to turn into little rubber pellets, which we've all had at some point in our life, overcooked scallops.
I have to tell you, my father grew up part of his childhood in Digby. And he's the family appointed, well, self-appointed scallop expert.
Self-appointed.
And he will not stand for an overcooked scallop. It's a very serious matter in our household.
I bet. Yeah, no, I've had a lot of overcooked scallops. It's really not, it's not super pleasurable. All right, so my scallops are out. Yours look like they're coming close.
So then the next thing, so the heat's off. Now remove the pan from the heat or get them right out of there?
I would get them right out of there because we're going to use that pan to make a pan sauce, like a quick pan sauce. Woo woo! I love this. All right, I'm having another little sip of my rosé.
Oh, these are beautiful.
Well,
We
so
don't
great.
have
Everybody to join
scallops
us.
for everybody.
Come on over.
Sorry.
Right? Late night snack.
Come on over. Oh no! What
Oh, we lost one.
Doesn't matter. I'm eating that. I'm totally.
Your floor is clean. You were well below the 5-second rule, Andy.
Okay. Look.
Okay. Oh, those
Not
look
bad.
great.
Can you see?
Good job. Nice work.
Thank
Okay.
you. I had a good teacher.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out in the end, Andy.
I'm just gonna
All right.
take the hair off this one from the floor and eat it. I don't even know whose hair it is.
Oh, and he ate it anyway. I love it. That's great. What's the hair?
Look,
What's the
I
little
know
hair
that
gonna
stuff
do?
happens in kitchens all the time.
Yeah, no. No, we don't drop things on the floor and then put
No, never. I know. No.
You know. But,
I meant home.
it's good. At home we do, but not
Home
in a
we do.
commercial kitchen.
I
Yeah.
meant, of course, I meant.
Of course, at home. Oh, yeah. I'm sure my son has dropped many things and put them back in the fry pan. So, all right. So now we're going to turn our pan on to medium. All right. So we don't want it super hot. Now we're going to cook out that garlic. We don't want to burn it. All right. So turn your pan to medium. And then what we're going to do, oh, I don't know if I told, do you have butter? I probably didn't put butter in your kit today.
I seem to have some.
If you have butter would be great. If not, then you could use like canola oil. Just a little, maybe like a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. Not too much.
Daisy ordered butter because she's doing a lot of baking during homeschooling. So during virtual school. So she's making cookies, so we have butter. It's perfect.
That's awesome. Well, you should always have butter. I probably have 10 pounds in the freezer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So our
Tell me
heat's on medium. We're going to add our butter to the pan.
That's a pretty good amount you got there.
Oh, well, you can always have more butter, Andy. Right?
Okay, there goes
I might
the
even
butter.
add a little bit more. I got a little bit in here before I have to clean it out. So, all right. So as soon as we get that butter, and we're going to take that garlic that we chopped up or smashed up and add it right in. And at this point, I'm going to grab a wooden spoon or a rubber spatula. You can even use your tongs.
I was ahead of her.
Woo!
I was ahead.
Perfect.
That's not
All right,
gonna
and you want to do this fairly quickly because you don't want your garlic to burn. And then immediately once you start to smell it, like it becomes very like effervescent of garlic, you're going to hit it with a little of that rosé that I sent you.
Okay.
Okay? Woo!
You want me to, I'm kind of deglazing this a little bit.
Yeah, deglaze. Look at you with all your proper terminology. All right. And then all those nice brown black bits that are on the bottom of the pan, you're going to scrape them off. Can you hear me?
Okay, there we go. How much
Okay.
wine did you put in?
A quarter of a cup, more,
Yeah,
maybe less.
Okay, so now the pan's deglazing beautifully.
Okay, so you're scraping the pan, getting all that
Yeah.
goodness. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Very good.
All right, so lemons. Let's talk lemons. You can
Should I
leave
turn
that
the heat
there.
down, or are we going to keep that heat up?
You can turn it down a little. You just want it like, we're deglazing. So you don't want it to get dry, but you want it to like reduce a little bit.
Okay, lemon.
Lemons. All right, do you have a zester? I didn't send you a zester.
Oh, fancy words.
If you don't have, if you don't have a zester, we can do it with a knife. This is all me, baby. Oh, look,
one
box
side-
grater, that works.
I think
I
one side of
actually
this one is a zester.
So just use the finest side of it. So whatever has the smallest opening. And do it right over the pan. Because then it all goes right in the pan. This zester is actually one that I stole from Chef Alain. If he's still watching. He knows that I stole it, but it was like 2 years ago at a festival. Sorry, Chef
The
Alain.
Lee Valley microplane.
Microplanes, yes.
That's
We
another
have many
woodworking
of them,
tool,
but
you know.
this one definitely belongs to Chef Alain. All right, so we're just going to zest one lemon right into the pan. And if you notice you don't have a lot of liquid, then turn your pan off. Because you don't want it to like evaporate too much. And I
You
just
said turn it off?
if you don't have a lot of liquid left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just turn, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to put my camera down. Okay. So I just take the lemon and I grate and then turn, grate, turn, grate, turn, grate, turn. And that way you can sort of work your way around the entire lemon. And if you use like a microplane or the side of a box grater, you don't get all that white because you don't want that. That's bitter. That pith is a little bitter.
Oh.
So just, yeah. You're doing a great job, by the way. Great job. You can come be a sous chef anytime.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah. No, seriously, anytime. Okay, so we've got our lemon now. You're zesting. Then we're just going to cut it in half. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can cut it in half or you can do the lemon trick. We've already done the lemon trick, but I feel like I could repeat myself. He's right over there working hard with the box grater. All right, you're good.
There we
Got
go.
his hand right up there and everything, getting every last
Yeah.
touch out.
I rolled on my sleeve first, just like on the farm.
All right, so again, lots of people, when they cut a lemon, they cut it in half and then juice it, and then all the seeds fall into their hands. And so here's a little secret on zesting or juicing a lemon. Okay, so you take it, you take off, you can't really see this, but you're going to take just like a quarter. So a slice off the outside, then turn it flat, and then take a slice off the outside, then turn it flat, slice off the outside, turn it flat. So what you end up with is this piece in the center, which looks like you've trimmed it all out. And then you ended up with all of these little pieces. And you get almost half as much juice out of a lemon if you do it this way, which is very efficient from a cooking perspective.
So what part are we going to use? The middle or the outside?
We're going to use all of it. So watch. So you're going to squeeze this first piece. And then you don't get any seeds. There's no seeds in the outside.
That's the point, eh?
Yeah. And then the middle, the last piece, you're just going to squeeze over your hand, which again, I'm going to show because just squeeze like this. And all the seeds fall into your hand. And you're good to go.
Okay. So to repeat, I'm going to squeeze the 4 outside pieces right.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to squeeze the core into my hand and catch the seeds, but the juice is going to run through my fingers.
Yeah, you got her. And I only got one lone seed in my pan, so you're good. All right. Oh, sorry, Anna. I'll get it back to you next time I see you, bud. All right, so my heat is on medium low. And I've got my lemon juice, my lemon zest, my garlic, my rosé from Lightfoot and Willfield in the pan. And really, the best part's last. We're going to add our whipping cream. It's not really whipping cream. It's 35% cream, which people use to make whipped cream. But it's the best kind of cream.
Is that more fat than whipping cream or less?
No, whipping cream is generally 35%. If you go to European countries, they have 50% cream, which I would love if we could explore that here in Canada, but nobody's done that yet. So we're going to stick with 35% cream, which is lovely.
Man, I got 3 seeds in there.
Oh, well, first
but
time.
that's better than the usual 20.
All right, so my heat is on about a medium low, like not too high. I've reduced down. I would say I have about, if you can see my pan, I have about a 1/4 cup of liquid in there. What's your pan look like, Andy?
Oh, it's hot.
Okay, try that again. Yeah.
I'd say there's probably a 1/4 cup. Yeah.
Oh, look. Okay, perfect.
Modest 1/4 cup.
All right, so now we're going to add our whipping cream, which again, I sent you in a, yeah, you don't need to add all of that. We need to add about half of what you've got there, which is about a cup. Okay, we're going to add that in. Okay, so just, yeah, I would say that's about a cup. All right.
Won't this curdle with the lemon?
No. So if you, again, whipping 35% cream at a low heat will not curdle. If you were to add milk or something, it would definitely curdle. But the high fat content really helps it, as long as you don't bring it up to a super high heat.
Patty, it looks so beautiful.
Doesn't it smell good too?
And it smells beautiful.
I know. Well, you're doing an excellent job. All right, we have one last thing. We just have our parsley. But I'm going to put these off to the side so that I don't look so messy. Because I have no countertop in my kitchen, just this little board on the side of the oven. All right, let me grab my parsley. Woo, woo. Are there any comments, Adam? Oh, water for
for the hand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the pro tip. Oh, Andy is wonderful.
Hot hands. So the cast iron pan it's got a higher duty of care, so I use it less frequently. I use more the safe handled pans, which is good for a guy like me, you know. So I was a little surprised by the.
Yeah.
Okay, so the parsley now.
So yeah, now I sent you curly because that's what we had in the walk-in. I would probably, if I was to go buy this, I would probably buy a flat leaf parsley. You could also use lots of different fresh herbs. You could use dill. You could use tarragon would be really great. That's kind of classic with scallops. I wouldn't go to hardy. Like I probably wouldn't go rosemary. I probably wouldn't go like thyme. You might be able to, like oregano might work, or a mixture of all of them. And if you don't
would you say like it's good to let the taste of the scallops shine? So yeah, those more the stronger herbs maybe would overpower the scallops.
They would. They're more like braising herbs, right? Like I think of stews and those, like braised lamb with rosemary and braised beef. They take up the hearty herbs. They take those well and they pair well. But scallops are delicate, right? We want to have something that's a little light and bright, the lemon and the parsley. So we're just gonna chop this. Nothing super scientific about it. Yeah, just
you sent me a beautiful little posy here, Patty. Thank you for my posy.
I should have put a little flour in there for you, Andy.
So you think all of it? We're just gonna go for all of it?
You could do all or half. Half's probably enough. I'm pretty generous.
Stalks? Tell me about the stalks.
You can use the stalks, people. So again, one of my commitments is less food waste. There's absolutely nothing wrong with stalks. Just like celery leaves. People cut the celery leaves off celery. If they only knew celery leaves are the most tasty or the tastiest part of celery. Take them off, put them in your salads. They're delicious. But we just think, oh no, those are the tops. We're going to throw them out. So you can use every single part of what you're using right now from an herb.
Okay.
Okay? So we're just doing a little chop here. It can be fine. It can be rough. It can be whatever you want it to be. And I'm just going to toss it right into my sauce. Here we go. All right. Yeah, it smells really good too, actually. All right. Well done. Let me move that over. All right. And then lastly, we're just going to add those scallops back in. So if you see, they've been resting on the plate and they've weeped a little bit or they've let out some juices, as would a steak or something. So we're going to add that right back into the sauce just because it's super yummy. And just stir that in, a little bit of scallop juice. And then I'm just going to place them in the sauce. And that's it. All right. How easy was that, Andy?
That was super easy.
Yeah.
I mean, you make it seem easy.
No, it really was. All right, I'm going to find a pretty dish. Patty doesn't have many pretty dishes at home. They're all at work. Ooh.
Oh, yeah? Oh, thank you. That's praise from high places there. I'm no expert, but I get so nervous when I see people at dinner parties like talking and all this. I just want to leave the room. So I try to exhibit good knife craft.
Wow, you did an excellent job.
Patty, your sauce was bubbling, mine's not. So I just want to make sure I'm doing it like you. So I'm going to let my sauce bubble before I place the scallops back in.
Yeah, you just want a little bit of heat on it. So did you turn it off?
I did turn it off, yeah.
Yeah, so I turned mine back on to low. So just turn it on to low for a little bit. It'll bubble up. You don't want it too bubbly, right? Because, you just don't.
Can you show me the consistency of your beautiful sauce?
Sure, I totally can. Look, we're going to go down, and I'm going to show you that it's sort of, I don't know if you can see that.
It's a light gravy.
Yeah, very light.
Beautiful.
Again, and you can baste over the top, but I like to leave the because they're that beautiful caramel color. I like to kind of leave them. And then all I'm going to do is plate them up. So I'm a finger person. I'm going to use my fingers. So I'm just going to lift them out. And you can use a long plate. You can use a bowl. I just happen to have this bowl that was clean. Many times my children put bowls in the pantry that are not clean. So I found a clean one, and that's what I'm going to use. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that pan sauce, and I'm going to drizzle it over the top. And if you wanted to get super fancy, again, if you had herbs at home, we just have this lovely parsley. I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm just going to pull just a tiny little bit of the leaves off.
So good.
So isn't it good? Did you taste it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You always pay attention. And if you want to finish, if you have another lemon or you have a bit of the lemon you didn't zest, you could always just zest a little, just a tiny little bit of fresh lemon over the top. And there you have it.
Oh my God, look at that.
Do.
That is, okay.
All right, I showed you mine. Now you show me yours.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous.
And if you wanted to, this you could serve as an entree. You know, you could put it with a simple risotto. You could use just a simple boil, like a simple pasta. But if you wanted to, you could just make a bit more sauce and then use like any kind of pasta or anything you have, or rice would work really, really well.
Okay.
And just put it over pasta. Super simple. Or if you're like low carb, you could do spaghetti squash or any of those things. Something light, something that doesn't have a ton of overpowering flavor. You don't want anything to compete, right? You've got these beautiful scallops. You want to showcase them.
Right.
All right, I'm going to get a fork.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So would you make this again?
100%.
Okay, good.
Scallops are one of my favorite. I was telling you before we went live that in my when I was in my 30s, I was stricken. Oh, look at you eating.
Sorry. Oh yeah, let's see yours. Come on. Oh, look, that looks great. I think that might even look
Is that okay?
like you're bang on, Andy. Okay, hold on.
Oh no, I can't.
Woo!
I can't stand up to. Oh,
No, that's awesome. Good job.
okay, so are you having a taste now, Patty?
Oh, of course, yeah. And I'm gonna have a little more rosé because it goes really well with that rosé.
I have to say, I'm feeling terribly guilty that all of our friends watching aren't having.
Aren't with us? Well, too bad. We sent them. We put the ingredient list up. They could have made it at home. They're all good.
Well, here's to them. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers to them. They're pretty good. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I've never made a scallop that tasty before. Oh, that is really good.
I feel like he's just saying that to be nice, but it's pretty yummy, eh?
No, the cream. I wasn't aware of the cream possibilities. And who doesn't like cream? And that so many tricks tonight. The garlic trick, the lemon trick.
I know.
Using the stalk of the parsley to not waste food trick.
I know. So many things. Well, I'm super happy that you could join us. And look at the apron. Look at the apron. Nova Scotia Seafood. Like, I don't even have an apron on, right? Just blue. And you're like showing me up. Oh, Heather Clark is asking what the name of the rosé is. So, Lightfoot and Wolfville, this is their 2019 rosé. You could also use their bubbly rosé, would work really well, or like Nova 7, any Tidal Bay would work really well. I mean, anything that's really grown in the same region as the scallops, which is Nova Scotia, would work really, really well in a white or a rosé. And if you don't have that, just use whatever wine you've got. That also works. Yeah.
So, what's coming up for you? You're doing the Chit Chat Chop. How often is it?
Well, we've really Yeah, I mean, I think we missed 1 week, maybe. I can't remember, but we've really been doing it ever since the beginning of I call it pre-COVID or the beginning of COVID. We've been doing Quarantine Chronicles, and it's been really kind of fun and kind of a nice change because usually I have to stay at work late for Chit Chat Chop when we're doing it live. And so you usually don't get home till like 10:30, 11. And so now you get to do it in the comfort of your home, do all the important things, make sure you're not wearing pajama pants and make sure you're wearing a bra, all the important things. And then you just film from home and that's all good. Yeah, look, shorts and sneakers.
Shorts. I don't think you're supposed to wear shorts in the kitchen.
But you wouldn't have worn that if we were at Kitchen Door. You would have come all proper and looking all, spiffy, and then you would. So it's much nicer to do it at home. I'm a big fan of Quarantine Chronicles here.
So are you starting to think about what your kind of reunion after the recovery period will be to have people back in and all that?
Yeah, we and again, you've been very busy, so if you haven't been paying attention to what we're doing, that's 100% okay. But we were able to, I'm not going to use the word pivot because I find pivot to be overused a little bit these days, but we were able to shift quickly and really move everything onto an online store. And so we were able to rehire, I think we're up to 10 or 11 people, which we were able to do over the last 9-10 weeks and just really keep busy. And right now, I don't think we're going to open our doors to the public, like allow people back in the space just because we're really secure and we've been able to make it happen. But, right now we're doing really well with curbside pickup. We're going to add virtual cooking classes. We've got a big truckload sale happening next week with one of our food suppliers. We've just been able to make it work for us. And so we're really grateful to the team and grateful to all of our clients, obviously, who are supporting us. So really fortunate.
At the beginning, I was talking to you about how I spend my day on the phone talking to businesses that are meeting the challenges in different ways. I have to say, restaurants and food service folks have been among the most, to use another word that I'm sorry is like
it's okay.
Resilient, just like full of pluck and full of ideas and so ready to switch paths and come up with something that's going to work. It's been phenomenal to see, and now it's so exciting to see that restaurants are going to be opening in a limited kind of way. Very quickly. So we're coming back.
We are, and you know what? This is pre-COVID, pre-anything. We're scrappers. Us food service people, we are scrappers. We know how to make it happen, especially in the catering world. Half the time we're in the middle of the field at 2 a.m. and trying to figure out how to make something happen at the end of an event where we've worked 13 hours. We can make that happen. We are a resilient bunch of people. And so it's been really nice to see how not everybody has been able to do that, and that's okay. But some people have been able to pivot and the ideas, and some people are busier than ever. I think Humble Pie over in Dartmouth has, they just think there's just so many positive stories as well as those that need support and need our help. And that's why I hope when everybody sort of starts to reopen and things build up, that everybody goes out and supports local. Now more than ever, it is the most important thing to do.
Break that Amazon. So many people have built up and get back in the streets, right? That's so important. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got to say, Andy, thank you for coming on. It's been awesome. I'm only rushing this because I'm using my husband's Mac and it says your Mac will fall asleep soon. So I am going to sign off because if I don't, I might just be dead and it might just be you and Adam finishing the show. So it has been awesome to have you back on. I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoy the scallops. And when we get to be back in unquarantined times, I hope to have you back and we'll do something super fun. And as always.
Thank you so much, Patty. And Adam, thanks, man, for pulling all the behind the scenes magic together. And I just want to say also thanks for your crowd that are tuning in to hang out with us. It's such a beautiful culture, really. And I've enjoyed meeting so many from that group over the last few years. And I feel very comfortable with you. So thank you. Thank you guys for being nice.
They are a great bunch of people. All right. Well, we have the one and only Andy Fillmore. He'll come back again another time. But that's it for this episode of Chit Chat Chop. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and we will see you next week. All right. Have a great night.
Good night.